Trump blames diversity for deadly Washington airline collision. President Donald Trump, speaking as the bodies of the 67 people are being pulled from Washington Potomac River, launched an extraordinary political attack Thursday, blaming diversity hires for the mid-air collision between an airline and military helicopters. The Republicans confirmed the death of all those aboard aircraft and also cited pilot error on the helicopter in the nighttime crash. But he clearly used the press conference to open fire at what he said was left wing diversity practices under his predecessors, Joe Biden and Barack Obama, that he said kept out good employees at the Federal Aviation Administration. He said, I put safety first. He said, Obama, Biden, and Democrats put policy first. He said, they actually came out with a directive, too white, and we want the people that are competent. As Trump spoke at the White House, policy diverse, police diverse search for more bodies, excuse me, police divers search for more bodies in the water. Wreckage of the bombarded jet operated by an American Airlines subsidiary from the surface, surrounded by emergency vessels and diving teams. It had been carrying 64 people. So I guess they added the 67 actually adds to the people,
The pilots on
the
the plane.
pilots on a
I
helicopter and
mean,
stuff. You know what's
three
crazy is
people, man.
look.
Like, okay.
So who's the DEI hire here? Was it the helicopter pilot? Was it the airline pilot? Or was it the people that were left in air traffic control when they fired a whole bunch of people from the FAA and got rid of the DEI programs? Because we never had this happen before. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we can look forward to this. So someone said that, one president said the buck stops here. And Donald Trump says the buck stops at women and minorities. Because that's exactly,
Absolutely.
he won't even take, you
Blame
can't
for
even,
anything, man.
nothing,
He won't
nothing.
take he won't take blame for anything. It's like, and at the end of the day, you come out with a press conference the day after it happens, and you just start attacking people. You attacked Obama about it. You attacked Biden about it. You said it's DEI. Everything. This is the same exact story that we saw last time with COVID. Everything is not your fault. Nothing is ever your fault. And we're not trying to blame you, but you should be the person to step up and do something about it. What he's gonna say is, I'm getting rid of DEI. But this, I mean, to me, man, if this country, I mean, we're at this point right now, we're this far gone where everything else has to be someone else's fault. I mean, if we don't have a president who learns how to take accountability and say we're going to figure out what happened here and get back to, let's focus on the families, let's focus on the victims. This person is just. I know. It seems like a lot of times they say we get like frustrated with Trump, but it's the fact of the matter is I'm frustrated with having an idiot in the White House.
Well, I mean, he's
That's
just
just
a
to me
heartless
for another
individual.
4 years.
I mean, they asked the one question. They're like, "Well, I mean, what do you have to say to the You're saying all this stuff and being diverse or divisive, but what do you have to say
Divisive.
about the 67 dead people?" He's like, "What about them?" He's like, "There's nothing we can do about it. They're dead." He's like, "I don't know what you want me to say." But the whole thing is, it's like he could have been like, "Hey, we're gonna look at this. It's a tragedy." No, he just went in attack mode. You're blaming Obama. Obama ain't been president for what, 12 years? It's been
I mean,
12, no, eight something, 8, 10 years. Come on now, bro. And there was no aviation crashes during Obama like that. Biden was
at
for you
all.
were president in between Obama and Biden. You
I
know what I'm
mean,
saying?
he just likes the lights, man. At the end of the day, he
Yeah.
likes to talk and be in front of the cameras and want to make good his version of what good points are. But it's sad, man, because this our country is going. But I mean, we've always wanted to blame the people who have melanin in their skins.
Yeah.
In their skin for our problems, our ills in this country, but in reality, it's not that. It's the pass along gang. It's the pass on, pass it on. That's who you guys are. It's not really. There's no such thing as DEI. There's PIO. Pass it on. It's you guys. That's what this is all really about. This is what's been going on since the very beginning of this country. You guys have been passed on the buck. That's why we're trillions of dollars in debt. That's why our country's going through what we're going through now because you guys were the worst hires at that point in time. The Europeans who came into this country, not all of you, but quite a lot of you. You know what I mean? So let's be honest about what's been happening. Why we're in the trouble that we're in. It's because of you.
But at the end of the day, it's also like this. He fired a ton of FAA employees. He fired the head of the FAA. He got a lot of work done in the first week. So I mean, you can't even blame your predecessor at that point. You have changed the way the government and everything else is working right now. So anything
Yep.
that happens from your first, I'll give you 3 days. Your first 3 days, you did a lot of executive orders. Anything that happens after that, you got to take blame for it. But he's not going to. That's what I'm saying. It's like if that one FAA dude was in charge of when he just hired up there, he would fire
Mm-hmm.
him. That would be someone, but he can't fire him because he just put him in charge because he fired the other dude and had to hire somebody else really quick. So you got to take accountability. But that's the whole thing. We're not going
He
to see him
creates
take
chaos,
accountability.
man. He
Yeah.
creates chaos, man. That's all he does is create chaos. It looks good because chaos looks like you're doing something. It's like you're moving around real fast to act like you're doing something, but you're doing nothing. There's a video I watched of this guy who they're working on a truck on a dock at a little factory, and all he's doing is walking back and forth like with his hands out, like he's grabbing the bag and putting his hands by the bag, but it's really all of his friends who are all doing the work. That's pretty much what Trump does. He acts like he's doing something by creating chaos. Like just like he had to take back his order, but on his freeze. But the fact of the matter is, he really wanted to hurt those people. This is who he intended to hurt.
Oh, they're still going
But
for
he
that
found
too.
out. They'll try to get it later, but he found out that there's millions of people who he's gonna affect, and they're gonna have to deal with them in probably about 2 years. You're gonna lose the House, and hopefully you lose a bunch of Senate seats as well. And in 4 years, you're out of here. So
Yeah. So I mean,
anyways,
yeah, government mismanagement.
absolutely.